After what happened a few days ago in Russian Federation, one of the most totalitarian states of modern days, only an idiot will say again that ALLATRA is some pro-Russian organization. For your information, Russia is the only state today where ALLATRA was banned, namely recognized undesirable. But what happened a few days ago is an absolute violation of all human rights. After the organization was recognized undesirable, all of the activities of the ALLATRA International Public Movement stopped in this country, because true volunteers, true participants of the organization strictly follow the laws of any country where they reside or live. But for authorities, it was not enough to ban the activities of the organization. What they really need is to recognize it as an extremist organization, despite there have never been any proofs or facts or any hints of such activities of this most peaceful, most humane, most volunteer organization. The true goals of this organization have always been to take care of human life. And today it means addressing the climate change, the most serious threat we as humanity should be addressing already yesterday, let's say, not even today, not even tomorrow, but yesterday. So what happened? The security forces of the Russian Federation have broken into homes of several ex-participants as of looking for witnesses. Now you will see the video. Not only they're completely violating all of possible human rights, but they're even showing off with their activities. Does this process look for you as inviting witnesses to the court? It looks like they're already taking them as criminals without any, we are not even talking about any presumption of innocence here, right? These are innocent people who have violated no law. They're breaking into their homes, taking them away. You can just look how they're behaving with them. And on this video, you cannot see what they have done to them later, because the way how they forced them to sign the papers they have given to them and the way they treated them to get their so-called witness testimonies. It was beating, it was keeping these people 24 up to 48 hours without food, without water, not absolutely even letting them communicate with a lawyer. And when they have given them a lawyer to some of the participants, even a lawyer given to a participant signed a paper that no beating occurred and that all of the process of interrogation was completely fine. Nevertheless, on this very next day, this person goes to a hospital with a broken nose, with broken ribs and multiple bruises. So we are talking about the state where law is completely forgotten. And in this state, the former participants of the ALLATRA International Public Movement are interrogated with all of their rights for law protection completely abandoned. And so after violating all of the possible rights of the citizens of their country, the law enforcement agencies are openly sharing this video on a resource which constantly discredits itself with all of the materials they are publishing. And now there is a question to all of you who have been following the same discrediting campaign in Europe, in America, that ALLATRA is somehow a pro-Russian organization. What will you say now, when Russia is the first country to ban the organization, with its law enforcement agencies absolutely cruelly dealing with their even ex-participants? How could anyone even think that this organization is somehow pro-Russian? But it's not anymore about Russia now, because we understand that they have abandoned the law and human rights. We are talking about Europe now, where in Czech Republic and Slovakia and many other countries are now following the footsteps of those who were discrediting and blackening the reputation of the organization, publishing absolutely false and defamatory articles. Now this really a point for the law enforcement agencies in Europe to look into the activities of all of these journalists, because if in one state the democracy has failed, we do not want this in Europe. We do not want the same processes. And if you haven't heard, in Russia, even organizations like Amway or Herbalife or yoga followers are considered as undesirable organizations. So what will you say tomorrow if, for example, you like to do yoga? Because me, myself, I also like to do yoga. And they'll come to you and tell you that you cannot do this because it's considered an undesirable organization. Why we are talking about this? Because today, the very democracy in Europe is at stake. And if we really do not want to follow the footsteps of Russia and its totalitarian regime, switch on critical thinking and speak up.